Hello, hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Pioneer Curious. Well, we have our ramp and we have some ways to dig, so we're going to keep it. We might get punished because we have no removal. We don't have Lukka, which normally is... Lukka is why we want to... If we ever have Lukka, we basically want to keep. It's like a snap keep. So yeah, we're playing Lukka Surprise, where we're looking to turn our 2-mana mana dorks into things like Progenitus. Okay, so we're up against go wide creature strategy that flies, so we might be in trouble. We might already be in trouble. We'll go ahead and get our ramp on a little bit. Of the 2-mana dorks, Caryatid is the best because it's got hexproof all the time, and we want to be able to tap it to cast our Lukka and not have it get killed in response to us targeting with our Lukka. Alright, it's going to enter as a copy, or I'm going to draw a card. We might start the party digging. Oh, we just drew our Lukka naturally. That is acceptable. Fortunately, our opponent is playing blue, which makes me think they might have some counter magic in there. Okay. Well, assuming our opponent doesn't Thoughtseize us, maybe they'll tap out, and we can go get like a Emrakul or a Droxa. You know you want to cast something, opponent? Oh well, we do another Lukka, so I think what we're going to do is cast Footfall Crater and chant this land. So this will allow, I mean, I'm looking at blue-black player holding up 3 mana, and I know fairies have flash, so I'm worried about running out into a counter spell, and we have 2, that's good. But what I want to do is, since there's likely going to be a counter spell, we might as well take a turn. We're not under a lot of pressure. Take a turn to set us up for a hasty whatever we find, because a hasty Emrakul is better than a non-hasty Emrakul. In case you did not know that. That is a fact. Now we could have cast Bitter Reunion, but we don't want to get rid of our Lukka, so we're going to just pass the turn, take our beats. Maybe they'll flash in something, and we'll get more of an idea of the likelihood of them playing counter spells. Nope. Alright. Maybe they'll tap out. Maybe they're also playing the Oil Slick Gear Hulk or whatever it's called. Alright, well, I mean, clearly they have counter magic. That's about all I can say. Oh, man. We're just going to keep playing around stuff. Meaning, like, well, maybe they have a counter spell that taps for 2 mana. Makes us pay 2 more or something, you know, even though we're punishing our life total. Or they just have a really bad hand. What do we find? It's a Progenitus. I wonder, can I not give it haste? Let's try it. Yeah, we can't do that one. Alright, so what we're going to have to do is sack the Bitter Reunion. Well, that's a nice little non-bow to learn in our second league match. Give Progenitus and all of our creatures we control haste. And attack for 10. Could just be a Dimir Fairies deck with really bad hand. Could be a Dimir Fairies deck with sweepers in their hand. And they scoop it up. Alright. We're going to draw the Emrakul. Oh no, we would have been able to discard it, but... Alright, Fairies. I don't know what was in your hand. I'm very confused. Okay, so what do we want to bring in against Fairies? They know what we're up to. Seems like we'll take out that footfall crater. Bring in our One Brotherhood's Inn. Do we bring in... I feel like we want to bring in the Herald of the Dawn. This is the time for Herald because of its ability to give us, just keep us from losing the game. Torch the Towers, I just didn't see very much, right? They must have something. Do we want to just roll the dice on duresses? I'm kind of, I don't know. Maybe we don't worry about the rest. Maybe we just bring in Thoughtseize, Shieldred's Edict, go down, Bitter Union. A little bit more removal. We could take out one of these. Protection from everything means you can't target it with your footfall craters. I kind of knew that when I was about to try, but yeah, we can keep. We have something to do against their first fairy. Should we want to? We have ways to dig for what we are missing. It's mana value less than or equal to the amount of mana spent to cast. Alright, so that's how they copy a 1-drop. So we will try to Fatal Push that in response. So then we're up. Our next question is, what do we do with our manas on our turn? Do we Thousand Face Shadow? Oh, it's a ninja deck. That's a lot of text. I'm gonna have to read that later. When 1,000 enters from your hand, if it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another. Okay, so that's not. It's just. Okay, so. If you control 2 or more other lands. Okay, so we are... Maybe our opponent just really doesn't have a lot of interaction the way I was afraid of. They just play ninjas. But ninjas are powerful. They can easily win a game on their own. I mean, now we're... Everything has flying, so we're again left just hoping they don't have any big ninja that they can ninjutsu in for 2 mana. Alright, so they just get to draw a card, hit us for 3. What do we want? We would like to find a Lukka, honestly. Recaster. A Lukka or a Brotherhood's End. Thoughtseize is not bad, I guess. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of good stuff. Disdainful Stroke will stop. I mean, we're under a lot of pressure, right? They're 2 mana off from drawing that. The Petty Theft. They're going to draw so many cards off of this Enduring Curiosity. But then we won't have. We'll have to fight through the. Just have to fight through all the removal, I guess. Yep. So this is our time to draw a Lukka, because then we'll get it in under the Disdainful Stroke. Digging for lands. Do we get lucky? We get a couple looks at it because we get to discard some cards. All right, Lukka off the top. Emrakul, the Promised End. Yeah, we will. And we'll discard this Emrakul. And that. We did get the Lukka. Sweet. What do we find? Roll them dice, baby. And it's an Atraxa. That's our best draw against them, too. So we'll take an enchantment. We'll take a creature. We'll take Fatal Push. And we'll take Commercial District. Alright, and we already played a land, so I think we are just going to hope this Atraxa can hold down the fort. It's got flying, it's got lifelink, it's got death touch. Tap target creature and opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Shuffle. Oh man. Boo and hiss. Okay. So they're going to tap our Atraxa. Swing out. They're struggling over there with mana, but they drew a this thing, so that's something. Do they attack our... They're not even going after Lukka. That's even better for us. Alright. So what can we find? We love that angel right now. And that's what we got. Flash flying, they can't lose the game. That is the exact card we needed. I think we already played land. Yep. All right. Well, this is it, folks. Our opponent stumbled in on mana. We found a way to not lose the game if they can stay on the battlefield. And we have a blocker. They do have a lot of ways of winning, though. Okay. That's something. Trox on taps. We get a fatal push. Um, Alright, so this is... I'm going to return something, or tap something down again. But that does not win them the game. Why can't I tap? I'm declaring attackers is why. Good thing I didn't click OK on accident. Okay. Do they find an answer? Because we're dead if they do. Well, not quite. 4 is not 5. So they finally found a third land after all this time. I mean, they might as well swing out, and they must have an ninjutsu spell to kill us. We're so close. So close. Maybe we were too aggressive with that fatal push. And that's Xaxes. Man, just enough. Just enough. Probably should have held on to the fatal push and not worried about them shuffling our Atraxa back in. But we can't lose. That's right, we can't lose. I just said good game. Alright, well, we can't lose because of our angel. Do they have a bounce spell? Oh man, I said GG because I thought we were dead. That's the whole reason why I put this angel on the sideboard, was because we can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. So that's why we did it. They're 3-0. They want to split. I don't even know what split means. Alright, well, opponent sent me a message. Scooping up the match. Yeah, I mean, this is so good game, opponent. And yeah, good luck. I know you're 3-0, and maybe I should try to get a fan over winning league games. But new Barola, it was fun. You got mana screwed, and almost you should have won had I not found that angel at the top. And that is why she's in the board. It's for precisely these situations. I learned the hard way with Progenitus. They don't. It does, not really learning the hard way. I knew, but it doesn't block flyers. And I learned the hard way that that is often not enough. That a 10-10 protection from everything isn't going to win you the game when your opponent's got 4 or 5 flyers and has been chipping away at your life total all game before you can resolve it. So it kind of worked to perfection. They had us dead Xaxes on at 0, but we have the angel. Um, yeah, so far this Lukka surprise hasn't dropped a game. Definitely getting some luck from our opponent's mana stumbles this game, in particular for this match and the second game of the first match, but fought through a lot of stuff too along the way. So maybe there's hope for this deck. Maybe it's going to be, it can compete in Pioneer better than it could in Modern. All right, for CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Another edition of Pioneer Curious. Thanks for watching. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. If you haven't already, please check out my website where you can read about my various commander brews, watch gameplay of my modern jank, and read my science fiction fantasy novel, The Podkind, that I'm publishing serially. And if you enjoy my content, please check me out on YouTube, Johnny Cycles. Click that subscribe button. Everybody counts. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.